lesson is going to work with absolute value inequalities, and it's much the same. There are a couple differences, but let's take a look and see what we can do with it. Remember, absolute value means the distance between x and whatever, in this case 0, is 3, and distance can never be negative. So the absolute value of x greater than 3 means the distance between x and 0 is more than 3. Okay? And the inequality absolute value of x is less than 4 means the distance between x and 0 is less than 4. Okay, so if we're going to do this, if the absolute value of x is greater than or equal to 2, then x is greater than 2 or equal. Or what happens when you absolute value a negative? Well, then it has to flip around, doesn't it? Because the absolute value of negative 3 is 3. That's more than 2. But the absolute value of negative 1 would be 1. That is not greater than negative 2. So in this type of work, you're going to want to check your answers a lot more often. Okay, the next one. The absolute value is less than 0.8. So it could be less than 0.8, or what happens if you tried to absolute value negative 1? That's going to be 1. That's more than 8. So you've got to switch this. And this turns out to be an and, because x is less than 8/10 and greater than negative 8/10. So an and problem, when we graph it, is going to look like a barbell. So x is stuck between positive 0.8 and negative 0.8, 8/10. It's not or equal, so I'm going to keep it open. But on this one, where it's greater than, it's going to be an or. Greater than or equal to 2, less than or equal to negative 2. So usually when the distance is better, it's going to be opposite directions. Where if it's an and, it's less than to start with, then you're going to have the barbell look. So this was a less than distance, we got a barbell look. Okay, so here's why that happens. When you take the absolute value of a expression, and that expression was positive, absolute value does nothing to your expression. But if you absolute value a negative expression, then the absolute value makes it the opposite of that. Okay? So the absolute value of x minus 3 greater than 8 means that either it was positive to start with, or if it was negative, it made it the opposite. And most of the time we use a shortcut and go straight to dividing out that negative. And remember, when you divide out a negative, you switch the direction of your inequality. So most of the time you go straight to that shortcut. Okay, so that's how we get to switch that one, because the absolute value made it the opposite. So you opposite your inequality. Instead of greater than, we go less than. All right. To solve the absolute value inequality, you solve both parts. Some will be ors, so they're going to usually go opposite directions. And some will be and the ands look like a barbell. Okay? So if we solve this, 2x minus 7 is less than or equal to 5. 2x minus 7 is greater than or equal to negative 5. We take the shortcut. We say, oh, when it's negative, it switches. So we switched our inequality. And then it's just a matter of solving this. Add 7 to both sides, do our dividing. Here we'd add 7 to both sides and do our dividing. Sorry. And if we take a look at that, less than 6 greater than 1, it's an and problem. We could write this as 1 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 6. And actually, I just said that wrong. X is greater than or equal to 1, and x is less than or equal to 6. The second example, n plus 3 is greater than 8, n plus 3 is less than negative 8. We took that shortcut. And we will subtract 3 from both sides. Okay, so greater than 5, less than negative 11. This is definitely an or answer. So we've got the inequalities and we've got the graph. Another couple that we can look at. So to solve this, it's greater than or equal to 5, less than or equal to negative 5. It's just a matter of solving each. A is greater than or equal to 7, or A is less than or equal to negative 3. It cannot be both at the same time, so it's definitely an or. There's our 7, negative 3. It's an or. This other one, 2w plus 3 is less than 11. 2w plus 3 is greater than negative 11. Just looking at this, I think already it's going to be an and. W is less than 4. Subtract 3. Divide out the 2. And that's definitely an and. Greater than negative 7. Less than 4. It's an and. It's that barbell look. Again, always isolate that absolute value before splitting into 2 parts. So in this case, we would add the 4 to both sides, then divide by 2. Okay, now we would split it. So you'd have the 3x minus 7 is greater than 5, 3x minus 7 less than negative 5, and go from there. And likewise on this one, we would add the 8, less than or equal to 21, divide out the 3, so absolute of 5m minus 6 is less than or equal to 7, and then I'm going to split it. And this one I'll actually finish out. So 5m minus 6 is less than or equal to 7. 5m minus 6 is greater than or equal to negative 7. So here I would add 6. Both of them I'll add 6. And divide out the 5. And greater than or equal to negative 1/5. And it's possible for it to be both, so this is an and. So 13/5 from there down, negative 1/5 from there up. Okay. Now this is a good place for us to look at absolute deviation again. And I don't think I put that in the notes. But most of the time, for absolute deviation, we still think of it as being a range of numbers. Okay? So when we go back to that rope problem, and when it says 3/8 inch, it can be off, have an absolute deviation up to 1/32 of an inch. So then my rope, I'll use X even though I could use R for rope. 3/8 is my goal, but my deviation is up to 1/32 of an inch. Okay, so now Some people will say it can include, some people will say it can't include. You kind of have to use your best judgment. I'll be looking more at your work than if you include the or equal or not. But most of the time, your absolute deviations are going to look like this because you're going to be able to write it as an inequality. They will allow values up to and down to this amount. So when you split this, x minus 3/8 is less than or equal to 1 over 32. X minus 3/8 is greater than or equal to negative 1 over 32. And we did this on the previous lesson. So when I add 12 over 32 to both sides, so then my rope could be less than or equal to 13 over 32. And here when I add 12 over 32, I got common denominators is what I did. My rope is going to be greater than 11 over 32. So that 3/8 rope can go from 11 over 32 to 12 or 13 over 32. And that would be the diameter of the rope. This is definitely an and. Range of values. And that's what's going to happen most of the time. That happens all the time with gifts. When at Christmas, when they buy gifts for a white elephant gift or whatever, and they'll say about $10. Okay, they probably won't say it, but they'll probably won't say absolute deviation, but they could very easily say give or take $2. So then your spending amount is supposed to be 10, but you can vary $2. So then you think about it, and a lot of people do this in their heads. What you spend is usually between 12 and 8, right? So a lot of people don't actually do standard or absolute deviations with an absolute value. They just figure it out in their head and say, oh, so this is my goal, I can be off this much, so this is my range of numbers. Okay.